The meeting is now called to order. Roll call, Madam Vice President.
Thank you, Madam President. Everyone is here except for Mrs. Jackson, who is ill this evening.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our next part of the meeting is public comment. However, this evening we do not have any public comment. So next on our agenda is consent. Tonight our consent includes our personnel report, claims, payroll, and the elementary grade configuration alignments, gift applications, and the March 11th and 26th school board minutes. And just as a reminder, I feel like we've been doing a better job of kind of explaining what consent items are, and it's kind of our business items that we have to approve in order for the school to be able to still run, is a basics of it. So we consolidate all of them into one motion. Do I have a motion to approve the consent items?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second. Oh, go. Sorry, I didn't see.
Any discussion? Seeing none, we will all take a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next on our agenda is our discussion item, administrator succession. I will start off and then hand it over to Dr. B. A couple months ago, Dr. Beresford approached the board and indicated that he had the desire to retire at the end of the 2024-2025 school year. So that kind of began the process for us of deciding on how to help the school move forward. So I will let Dr. Beresford say his part, and I know the board, and we'll say a little bit more, but I know the board is very thankful for his leadership. He came in during a time when there was a lot of upheaval and a lot of just upset people in the district working for the district, and he is able to heal the district and bring us to where we are today. So we are very thankful for his leadership.
Well, thank you very much, and it's really been a pleasure. And I just kind of wanted to, tell my story just a little bit here. But really, it was after a lot of thought and a lot of conversations with my wife, Lori, who really is the boss of the Beresford household. It kind of came clear. I had a mentor one time that really has guided a lot of my, kind of who I am today as a school guy. And he always said that when you're trying to solve a problem or dealt with a tough situation, it's just keep working the problem and keep working the problem, and it'll come clear. And so my wife and I, we did that, and it came pretty clear that it's probably time to pass the baton on to another administrator to lead the district, and that it was time for us to start the next phase of our lives together, without, all the responsibilities of being on call for 24/7, 365 days a year. And so I wanted to share that publicly, that I plan to retire at the end of this coming school year. And it was about 6 years ago when I walked into this board meeting, or this boardroom, and I was announced as the 8th superintendent of Carmel Clay Schools. And I was given that position and that honor by the board at that time, which was, I think the board president at that time was Layla Spannenberg. And then I know Mike Kirshner was the one who ran the search process for that. And Pam Nowles was on the board. She's a former teacher here in Carmel Clay. Lynn Yoon was on the board. I think she came on with Katie. And then there was this newer board member, Katie Browning, who was finishing, I think, your second year as a board member. And I shared on this dais, sitting in the same chair, that I was the luckiest school guy on the planet to be able to be chosen as the next superintendent of Carmel Clay Schools. And I want you to know that 6 years later, I still believe I am the luckiest guy on the planet. Not only to be a superintendent of Carmel Clay Schools, but also to work with an incredible team of professionals and families and I always said that the secret sauce of Carmel Clay Schools is that we work together really well. parent support and engagement is amazing. The kids are ready for school and, and, and ready to learn. And our staff is very, very talented, always trying to get better. Just, it's the secret sauce is everybody works together to make this place a special place. So, entering my 43rd year of education, and you're going to have to excuse me because I'm a former distance runner, and running's always been my jam, and I've been pretty upfront that cross country is the greatest sport in the world. But I know that in my 43rd year in education, I'm going to be running the last mile of my career. But I want you to know that it has been a wonderful run for me, and it's in the greatest profession on the planet. And if I had a chance to go back, I wouldn't change a thing. I take great pride in running alongside a talented team of skilled and motivated educators. And I'm really proud of all that we've accomplished in the last 6 years. And I hope that you know that this team isn't a team that not only wants to continue the excellence that is Carmel Clay Schools, but they want to get better. They're dedicated to learning and growing and getting better every day. As a matter of fact, one of our themes for the year was at Carmel Clay Schools, we want to be the best at getting better. And they have done that. And the reason is because they want to best serve the students and families of Carmel Clay. And so I'm just looking forward to another record-setting year here at Carmel Clay Schools. And I hate to break it to you, but 20 weekdays from today, kids will be back in school. Sorry about that, kids who are in the audience. So I also want to commend the current board. You guys have done a great job, and you've been working. I shared this with Kristen months ago, and so they've been working really, really hard ever since. I shared my plans with them to find the next superintendent, and they've taken the board's most important responsibility, which is to find the next superintendent very thoughtfully, very professionally. And so I commend you on that. And that's not my story to tell, but I appreciate all the work you put into making that happen. So in closing, I thought I would, I just kind of mentioned it a little bit, but I always do a theme every year. And you guys might remember the first one. Anybody remember the first one? What? Yep. Together we're better. And so that first one was to try to pull us together. And then the second one was CCS, we want to be the best at getting better. My personal favorite featured a picture of my dog, Jim Dandy, on it. And it was more wag, less bark. And that's one of my all-time favorites. And to be honest with you, coming up with a theme for this year was really tough. We had some great quotes. We had some good topics. But, just nothing really clicked. And then I went to one of my colleagues, it's the Indiana Association of Public School Superintendents, and they have an installation ceremony. And I went to it, and her theme for the program just clicked with me. So I want to do a shout out to Dr. Laura Hammock of Beech Grove City Schools, because I only steal from the best. But the theme for the 24-25 school year is love where you lead. And I really truly believe that the most essential leadership quality is to love your people. And so love where you lead was just perfect. It just seemed perfect. And I just wanted to close my comments by saying, and I really want you to know that I have absolutely loved my time in Carmel. And I look forward to loving every step of my final mile. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. B. And as you all know, we have big shoes to fill, to try to fill as a board. So we have been meeting a lot and working hard to make sure that we can find that person to help love where you lead. Is that right? Love where you lead. And because a lot of us on this board are newer and had not been part of the process of hiring a superintendent, but one of us was. So because of that, Katie kind of took the helm at leading the process to help us find the next superintendent for Carmel Clay Schools. So I'm going to hand it off to her, and she can talk a little bit about this momentous task that we've taken on the last couple months.
Thanks, Kristen. We are very excited to announce the creation of a succession plan for the next Carmel Clay School superintendent. As your school board, we take this as one of our top responsibilities very, very seriously. We have a lot of things that we're over, but none more important than choosing our superintendent, the CEO of Carmel Clay Schools. It is my great honor to be on the board 6 years ago when we selected Dr. Beresford to lead CCS, and so it's very special for me to announce that we've created a succession plan to ensure a seamless transition of leadership to build on our current successes and advance into the future. Like others on the board and many of you in the community, I work for a very large company with hundreds of employees. In business and management, it's always preferred to plan and prepare for a change of leadership rather than having to fill a vacancy. Since CCS is one of the largest employers in Hamilton County with 2,400 employees responsible for more than 10,000 families, we recognize the importance of being proactive in our planning. With that, I am very proud to announce that Dr. Thomas Ostrike, our current assistant superintendent, will be the next superintendent of Carmel Clay Schools. He will assume this role in July of 2025. With an impressive portfolio of experience and conducting multiple interviews with Dr. Ostrike, we knew we had the perfect internal candidate ready to step up at the exact right time. For those of you who had not had the pleasure of working with Dr. Ostrike, his enthusiasm and energy for this district is contagious. As the head of HR, he has hired many of our newest exceptional teachers and staff and maintained one of the highest staff retention rates in the state, while working with our business and benefits department to ensure employee well-being. He has an exceptional relationship with our teachers, principals, and staff, overseeing all of student services. He is a very visible presence in our school buildings, frequently working alongside our staff and even stepping in as a substitute when extra support is needed. You may have even seen him this summer, umpiring baseball with his son for the Carmel Dads Club. With his positive energy, you cannot miss Dr. O. To be clear about the roles and responsibilities for the next year, Dr. Beresford isn't done. He will be the superintendent for 2024 and 25, and I will reserve my gushings and goodbyes for later. Dr. Ostrike will maintain his current duties while taking on additional responsibilities, collaborating with Dr. Beresford for the 24-25 school year. He will be under a revised contract to include his expanded role before assuming the superintendent position in July of 25. In the coming days, we will be sharing with you his proposed contract. It will be published on our website underneath the board section with a vote planned by the board on July 22nd. We are thrilled to announce Dr. Ostrike for this new position, and now I would like to ask if Dr. Ostrike would like to say a couple words.
Absolutely, and thank you very much, Katie, and to the entire board for your belief and trust in me. I sincerely appreciate it. I'd first like to start off by saying congratulations to Dr. Beresford on the announcement of his retirement. It's been an honor to serve with him, and I look forward to our continued collaboration throughout this school year with our amazing team in Carmel during the upcoming year. So I'm very excited about that, and congratulations. It is with immense excitement and enthusiasm to be recommended to be the next superintendent of Carmel Clay Schools. We have a proven track record of academic excellence, strong community support, and first-class athletic and performing arts programs, among many other accolades. I want to first start off by thanking our teachers. It cannot be overstated the role that our teachers play here in the district, and I am grateful for all they do on a daily basis. I'd also like to thank our administrators, staff, families, and most importantly, our students for their commitment and dedication to our incredible school district. Being a part of this outstanding community has been extremely rewarding, an extremely rewarding experience during my educational career that I truly value. The vision, as Dr. Beresford has stated in his comments of Carmel Clay Schools, is together we achieve. We all come together to fulfill our mission of providing opportunities to all students to realize their potential in an ever-changing world. I look forward to continuing to take Carmel Clay Schools to new heights through strong communication, collaboration, academic achievement, and continuous improvement. It is a privilege to serve our school district, and I am grateful to the Carmel Clay Schools Board of Trustees for placing their trust in me with tonight's announcement. I will work extremely hard on behalf of our community, and I'm excited for what we will continue to do together. Thank you. And before I turn it over, first of all, I'd like to thank two Carmel Clay students out there. We have Marin and Kate, who came to tonight's board meeting. I appreciate them being here from Clay and Woodbrook. I've known them both since I think they've been born, so thank you for your support tonight. Thank you very much. And then I'd also like to take one moment to share with the community. We have a very important event tomorrow night at Clay Middle School. We have our CCS support staff hiring event from 3:30 to 6:30. And so we have walk-in interviews. We'll have every school represented and every single department. So if you want to come work with our amazing team here in Carmel, stop by Clay Middle School tomorrow night from 3:30 to 6:30. Thank you very much.
Will people be able to drive a bus? All right. I would encourage you to try it. It's not that bad. I only hit one cone, I think. So it was really fun. At least just come try it, and you can tell others how easy it is to drive. Yes, tomorrow evening, so Tuesday, July 9th at 3:30 at Clay Middle School. Okay, thank you. That is all we have for this evening. I did want to remind you that our next meeting is Monday, July 22nd at 6 p.m. And then soon after that, students start. With that, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
May I have a second? Thanks, Greg. Meeting adjourned.